Hi, besties. And we're back, and we're back, and we're back, and we're back. Hi, y'all. So, I'm here tonight to talk about how do we feel about schools not teaching our students more about mental health and real life expectations, and what are we going to do about it? I genuinely think that, some people, not all people, but some people do their jobs just because it pays well, and they don't really care about the outcome or the income for some situations on what's going on and how it's getting done, as long as they're getting their ends, and that sucks because that does not help us weed out the people that actually want to be there and provide and take care of and love the children who need it, and I genuinely think that when I was in high school, they had mentors and they had mental health resources. I don't know, like they had it a lot where I'm from up north. We have a lot of mental health crisis call numbers. We have people coming in from certain mental health hospitals, and certain therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists come and volunteer and speak with our students out there. And I think that needs to be more everywhere. I think that needs to be everywhere. All schools, all high schools, middle schools, all the places. Even like, teachers need it too, but I think everybody needs it everywhere. But I do think that we need to get more serious and less sensitive too. I need y'all to get a grip on life and real life expectations, because honestly, some things you're just gonna have to either sit back and watch, or you just gonna have nothing to do with it at all, because there are things that some people over exaggerate in when it comes to children and their mental health, and there are some things that people blatantly ignore when it comes to children and their mental health, because some people forget these are still kids. You still have to make sure like 100% that this is what they're telling you is true, so they're not just trying to get their stepmom and their dad divorced or whatever the case is. But you also have to understand that these are children, and a lot of the times when they're asking for help, it's because they really actually need the help, and they're not just calling out and asking for help for no reason. This is serious, and some people don't know how to differentiate that, and I think that needs to be taken more serious in schools. I know that certain countries that focus on mental health, they have a better rating. I know that the best educational system and mental health system in the whole wide world is in Finland, and they have the top rating because they work on mental health and self-sufficiency before they work on education, but they still integrate it all together, and it starts as early as middle schools. And I think that is beautiful, and I think that is awesome, and I know that there's other places that work on that. I remember reading about some school out of the country, I think it was either Switzerland or something like that, I gotta look it up, but they only have 4 days of school. 4 days school, and they have like 3 days off, and they only have school for like half a day, and they focus on the things that they want to do, things they like to do. These kids are speaking like 6-7 languages, 4 or 5 languages, and they're fluent in them all, and they get to go on holiday with their families and stuff like that. It's just a bomb.com situation, and I don't think we in America, we don't got it going on for real, like, and I think that's something that we should incorporate in the school systems genuinely, because come on now, like, think about how like awesome our kids would be if we had access to everything that was necessary. Think of how awesome we would be if we had access to these things, and if we had functions like that, especially when it came to school, work, and spending time with family. The most thing we say is you can't ever get your time back, but we work the most and we sleep the less, and we all wonder why we're all walking around here crazy, not loving each other and angry with everything. Our hormone levels is crazy. We didn't have enough sleep for the rest of the year, and we are out of control with this food, and it's causing us mental health problems and others mental health problems as well. Like, it's just a lot of things that's factoring, and we just really need to like get to it and get it going, because naturally in our personal lives, once we're out of school and we get into the real world, they're not gonna hold our hand. They're not gonna hold our hand. You know what they're gonna do to our hand? They're gonna look at our hand, they're gonna smack our hand away, they're gonna say, buckle up, baby girl, baby boy, this is the real world out here, okay? It's where all the big fish are. If you're a little fish, better go back in your tank. And it sucks, because it's like a slap in the face. Like, even if your parents prepare you, a lot of this is still a slap in the face. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, this really happens in real life. Like, they don't care. Like, this is like, give it to you however they want to. They don't have to give it to you straight. They don't have to give it to you cold. They just, however they choose. Yeah, that's the real world. And then we have young adults entering the real world, not having any emotional understanding or responsibility, and not understanding that life only happens one time for you. As many times as some people have gone away and come back because of an injury or, you know, coding or whatever the case may be, you only get to start from scratch once. And for those who believe in reincarnation, yes, okay, you can start from scratch a bunch of times, but not always in the same body. You don't get the same path each time. You don't. And you should take care of the one that you have now. And in the real world, you have to teach your kids how the real world's going to be. And you have to teach your kids and yourself, if you haven't been taught by your parents, how to handle the real world when it's time to be a person inside and out. Because some people just hide everything in, push everything in, and that's why our suicide ratings are going up. Some people hold everything in and store it up and burn it from the inside, which makes them angry, and that's why our murder rates are going up. Some people talk it out, let it out, and that's why some people have holes in their walls and glasses broken. And some people exercise it out or freak it out, and that's why I got babies. No, I'm just kidding. but there's different ways that we can get it out, but it's the healthy ones that really help us. And when you don't teach the students how to heal and respect themselves inside of a young mind, as they get older, love, they won't do that in an older mind. And if they end up doing so, it's because they worked really hard to change their brain chemistry to make it think these positive things that they already had in there, but put it in the forefront because all that negative stuff is in the forefront, and change themselves. And I think that that's amazing if you can get it done, but I also think it's a big slap in the face if you're roaming around here and the parents and us as the new generation of older adults could do stuff about it, but we're too freaking busy focusing on who's black, who's white. I don't understand it. Who has more culture, who does not have more culture? We know the answer to that. Can we move on? Yes, shall we? Because we've been stuck on this race and gender and all this good stuff for forever, but we're forgetting that peace, unity, respect, love, honesty, trust, and continuance is what we're supposed to be looking for. I think that everything that we do is beautiful, and I think that we should try our best to continue on and teach the kids what they need mentally, for sure. And besties, that's the end of the video. Drop down in the comments and let me know about this next topic, because I will be talking about it on my next video. So how do we feel about friendships that slowly fade away or lose contact after you start doing new things in your life, like having a child, getting married, or moving to different states? Let me know down in the comments. Hi besties, thanks for watching another episode of Midnight Modules. As always, subscribe to my YouTube channel and add me on all social media platforms. Bye.